What's up you guys? My name is RAYANNE Samantha. If you guys are new to my channel and if you are not, welcome back. It's been so long since I've been able to film an intro, film a video for you guys, so I am so excited. I'm actually in really good spirits right now because, as I said, it's been so long since I have just been on camera and talking to you guys and playing in makeup and all that kind of stuff. So in today's video, I actually created this everyday fall fresh look for you guys. No lashes, no extraness, just like giving skin. So that's what this look is about today. But without further ado, let's get this video started. So I'm going to do my brows, and usually I always stick to my MAC eyebrow pencil or eyebrow styler, I believe it's called, in the color Stud. But today I'm just switching it up and using my Morphe brow pencil, and this is in the color, I believe it's called Chocolate Mousse. I will have everything in the description box down below as well, but I really like it. It does have a very fine tip. I don't know if you guys can see that because my camera is doing the most. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and brush my brows up. It's been a while since I have done my brows, so they are a little bit bushy. To be honest, I don't do my brows very often just because they aren't super hairy. They don't really get much more hairier than this. I've always had like really light brows. But anywho, I'm just gonna go ahead and start underlining my brows. You guys have seen me do my brows a bunch of times, but still gonna show you guys in this video. The only thing I will say about this eyebrow pencil is I feel like it's not as creamy as my MAC eyebrow styler, so it does take some time to like actually get on. But I do find this is a nice dupe for my MAC eyebrow styler. I don't remember how much this one was, but it's definitely a lot cheaper than my MAC one. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. I'm just filling them in. And then every now and then just kind of brushing them out. But yeah, you guys, how are you guys doing mentally, emotionally, physically, all that good stuff? That's something that I've been asking myself lately, just because it's so easy to be like, oh, like, you know, how am I feeling? And it's a lot easier for me to lie to myself and say I'm okay. But when I ask myself like those three questions, how am I doing mentally, emotionally, and physically, it really is an intentional way for me to make sure that I am I'm really holding myself accountable and being honest with myself. So that is definitely something that I've been doing, and it really helps me stay on track, and as I said, helps me to like not ignore my anxiety and depression. I really like my sculpted brows, but at the same time I really do like how fluffy brows have been looking on me, so I basically do a fine mixture between the two. So I'm just gonna leave that for now. I don't want to go overboard and make them too fluffy or too dark. And I do not have a brow gel right now, so I'm actually just gonna use some Eco Styler and just tang my brows before I go ahead and use concealer. Alright guys, so for brows, I'm just gonna go ahead and conceal. I'm just using my Fenty Pro Filter concealer in the color 430, and I'm just gonna put a bit on the back of my hand. To sculpt my brows out, I'm using my Morphe 410 brush, and it's just this flat top brush, and that's just what I use to conceal. And then I'm just gonna take this fluffy brush and I'm just gonna buff it downwards. Just bear with me, you guys, because I really feel like, I don't know, like, it's just been so long since I did my makeup. I don't know how this is gonna turn out today. All right, and then I'm just gonna use my my foundation to clean up the top of my brows. And the foundation that I'm using today is Sephora's Best Skin Ever. This stuff right here has been my all-time favorite foundation. I've been trying to put everyone I love on this foundation. It's so inexpensive and it works really well for me. And I have the color 57Y, so it's kind of like a yellow undertone, but I really do love it. It's so lightweight and just feels amazing. So that is what I'm going to be doing. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm actually just going to take the same brush that I used for underneath my brows, and I'm kind of just going to mix those colors so I can just clean up the top of my brows. I feel like doing this step with my foundation just cleans everything up nicely, but doesn't give me that like really stark look. Alright guys, so now we got brows out of the way. I think they look pretty good for not having done them in a while. Anywho, let's go ahead and add my primer. And I just love this primer because it just helps the makeup stick and adhere to my face and last longer, but I also feel like it gives me just a little bit of moisture, and I need all the moisture that I can get. So next I'm going to be adding my Rare Beauty liquid highlighter, and this is in the color Flaunt. You guys should know by now that I really do like this. I don't so much like it on top of my makeup, but I do like this on my bare skin before I add my foundation. And the reason why I like it is I just find that it just gives me that glow from within without looking like I actually put on a highlighter. So I'm gonna go ahead and wet my beauty blender. Yes, it is dirty, but I'm gonna go ahead and wet this and so I can properly apply this. All right, so my beauty blender is nice and wet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open this and add it to the high points of my cheeks. Sorry for that face, I was just trying to open it up. I just like to add it to like these high points right here. I feel like I've been adding it a little bit higher as of late, just because I feel like once I blend it out, it just seems to look a lot better. It really does make a huge difference for me, at least. It just gives me that really nice glow. It just looks so natural and effortless. So I'm just gonna put a tiny bit more. Now I feel like I added way too much in classic Rayanne fashion, but the good thing about this is that it's kind of easy to blend, and with the sponge you can manage and take off a little bit of the excess. So all right, so that's what it should be looking like. I do just bring it up just a little bit on my eyebrow area, but it's nothing, it really is nothing too crazy, but it does make a difference once I add my foundation. So next I'm just gonna add the Best Skin Ever from Sephora. I'm not gonna add too much, and I'm just gonna start blending it out. I feel like it's almost a perfect match for me. It is a little tiny bit darker than my skin tone, but I feel like it matches my neck. I know on camera it's looking really red right now, but I promise you it'll all come together. it feels super, super lightweight on my skin. I know, you guys, it looks, I don't know why, it looks really, really red on camera, but I promise you in person, it's almost like a perfect match for me. But in any case, once I add concealer, it will neutralize it even more. So this is how this side of my face is looking without foundation, and this is my skin with best skin ever. But it's just such a great finish for me, especially for winter months and fall, because sometimes really mattifying foundations that are really mattifying tend to leave me really looking even more drier than I actually am. But as you guys can see, just adding that highlight underneath, it just gives me that nice glow from within look. So let's go ahead and add the foundation to this side. I just think that this finish is so, so beautiful. Let's go ahead and start concealing and contouring and all that kind of stuff. This is the Lancome Teint Idole. I don't even know if I said that right, but I finally got my hands on this concealer and I got it in the color 460. You guys know I usually use my Fenty concealers, so I just want to show you side by side what the color looks like compared to my Fenty concealer. So this is the color 430, and this, I just want to show you guys. You guys can see that. I really enjoy the applicator. It's nice and big, and just the shape of it, I feel like it's awesome to get underneath my eyes. But this is the color of right here. So the lighter one is Teint Idole. So what I'm gonna do, just because I'm showing you guys how I do like my everyday face, I'm gonna add that on top, because as you can see, it is a lot lighter and I don't want to go for a super highlighted look. So I'm gonna use my Fenty one as a base, and then I'm gonna add that one on top. And yeah, and then I'm just gonna wait a little bit to blend it up. So I did highlight my forehead just a little bit too much, but that's okay because I can always fix that with bronzer and contour. Alright, so pretty much nice and blended. And as you guys can see, this looks really nice and natural, but I do just want to make my eyes pop a little bit more. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and just add a tiny bit of the Teint Idole concealer. And again, this is in the color 460 Suede. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit underneath my eyes in this corner, and just a little bit over here, and maybe just a little bit on my nose area as well, just to brighten things up a tad bit. I'm not gonna let it set though. I'm just going to go ahead and start blending, just because I don't want it to be too full coverage. Alright, so my face is nice and highlighted, so just to set those areas, I'm going to be using my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder in the color medium deep. I'm just going to add some to the cap. Today I'm just going to use my Morphe 536 brush, and I'm going to tap that into the cap and just tap out the excess. Tapping that off and just patting that underneath my eye as well as my eyelid. And this is just so that the concealer doesn't move. So you guys should know I always contour with my Fenty, what's this called again? My Fenty Matchstick in the color Espresso. So I'm just gonna warm some of this up on the back of my hand. And then I'm just going to place this a little bit higher than my cheekbones, and also a bit on my forehead. So that's how we're looking like, and then I'm gonna go ahead and blend this all out. So you also just want to make sure that you blend this into your hairline, otherwise it'll just, I don't know, I find it just looks really disjointed. So I'm just also lightly buffing the contour color into my hairline. So now that that is nice and blended, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and bronze and just put that basically right on top of where I put the contour color. So for bronzer, I'm just going to be using two of my Fenty bronzers, one in Coconutty and the other is Mocha Mami. For the most part, I use Coconutty, and if I feel like I need just a little bit more, you know, bronze, a little more oomph, then I go in with my Mocha Mami. And this is just gonna bring some warmth back into my skin. Like, I could have used another brush for this, but that is okay. If you guys are wondering, I'm using my Morphe E4 brush. I'm really sorry, you guys. Once this video is done, I'm going to figure out what's going on with the focus, because this is really bothering me. But for now, please bear with me. I hope that once I am editing this video that it's not horrible, but it's really annoying me. So now I have my bronzer on. I am gonna go ahead and just take some of the Matchstix, and I'm just going to contour my nose very lightly. So I'm using this brush, and this is a Morphe E62 brush, and I'm just gonna use this to lightly contour. So I'm taking it and just passing it along the Matchstix. And I'm starting at the top of my brows and just kind of using the end of my brows as a marker and just dragging this down. I don't want anything too harsh, but I do still want to define and contour my nose. And so that's what I'm going to do. And then at the bottom of my nose, I just kind of run it along underneath my nose. And I'm also just gonna blend this into my eyebrow area. I'm just gonna take my sponge and blend this a little bit nicely, a little bit more nicely, I should say. And I'm gonna go over that with my powder bronzer. And again, I'm just going to set that area. Sorry, again, I'm just going to blend that up. So far, this is what my face is looking like. I pretty much just need some mascara and some blush, and just add a little color to my lips, and we're pretty much good to go. So for blush, I'm just going to keep it simple. So I'm going to use this one from Merit Beauty, and this is in the color Raspberry Beret. I really like this one because it's nice and sheer, and also gives me a nice, it has a really nice finish. So this is the finish of it. I don't know if you guys, just at the top here. It's a nice natural radiant, it's a nice radiant finish, I should say. And it gives your skin a nice little sheen. So I'm just gonna pop that right here, and then I'm gonna blend that out. I try not to press too much because I don't want my foundation to get wiped off onto here. So it is a good idea to warm it up on the back of your hands first, and then kind of just add it like that. I'm just gonna add a little bit over my nose area, and I'm just gonna use this Juvia's Place brush to blend this out. And lately, I've been liking bringing my blush up just to better diffuse this. So to set my entire face, I'm gonna use my Fenty Soft Matte Powder Foundation in the color 410. And I'm just using this e.l.f. Flawless, I believe it's just a Flawless face brush, I believe. And I'm just gonna dip into that. And I'm just gonna press into, in and around I don't really go over my highlighted areas just because I want them to stay highlighted. I'm just lightly dusting some bronzer over my eyelids. And I'm using Makeup Forever's Smoky Extravagant Mascara. So that mascara is kind of old, so it did kind of leave some clumps on my eyelashes, but it's all good. I'm just gonna line my lips with my MAC Chestnut lip liner and yeah, and then I'm just gonna add some lip gloss and then we'll be done with this look. So I'm adding a tiny bit. I know this, I have to like scrape the ends because, scrape the sides I should say, because it's finished, but I'm adding my Fenty gloss in the color Fenty Glow as a base. And then I'm using the Fenty Cream, and this is in the color Mauve Vibes. I feel like my lip liner is a little bit too dark today, so I'm gonna diffuse this. Actually, I'm gonna wipe this off. I'm actually just gonna add the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color London first. I feel like that's more neutral. And then I'm gonna add my Fenty on top. Yeah, I think that is a lot better. That is definitely giving me more neutral vibes. Yeah, that is definitely more like it. But as always, I use my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I don't know why, but this bottle is spraying like a fire hose. That should be that. Let me just fan this down. Yeah, this lip is definitely much better. I did go ahead and just add a tiny bit of highlight into my inner tear duct and just a tiny bit on my nose. But other than that, this is the final look. Let's get into it. So yeah, you guys, this is how my everyday fall look has been. If you are just looking for something basic, this is definitely a cute go-to. But comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have already tried this or are now going to try it. And yeah, you guys, I'm so excited that I finally filmed another video for you guys because it's been so long. So I appreciate you guys being patient with me. And yeah, I will see you guys in another video. Toodles. Bye, guys.